Minnesota woman twice convicted of stealing from her elderly clients faces similar charges again tonight.
Lola Johnson-Mersha was prohibited from working with adults in 2009. That's when she was first convicted of using a credit card that belonged to the 95-year-old woman she cared for. As WCCO's Jennifer Mayerle reports, authorities now want to know if there are more victims out there.
Lola Johnson-Mersha's victims and their families trusted her to look out for them. She worked as a personal care attendant, convicted in both Hennepin and Dakota counties.
When I see these types of crimes, there's nothing that bothers me more than crimes against those that can't protect themselves, and that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Dakota County Attorney Jim Backstrom's office is prosecuting Johnson-Mersha for the second time in less than a year.
She was given access to the credit cards of the vulnerable adults that she was hired to care for, but once she had access to those credit cards, we're alleging in the current case, and we've convicted her in a prior case, of taking those credit card numbers and using them for personal expenses.
In each case, the victim was over 90 years old. In one, the credit card was used for groceries, cell phones, and wedding expenses. In another, car repairs and daycare. Johnson-Mersha is accused in the latest case of spending $7,500 on things like plane tickets and renting a vehicle in Florida.
This is just disturbing when someone who's hired to care for individuals in need preys upon those individuals.
Johnson-Mersha didn't want to talk about the case when I spoke with her at her home. According to the criminal complaint, she admits knowing what she was doing was wrong and that she was supposed to notify any employer of her prior convictions. Backstrom plans to push for the toughest punishment, that's 1 year in jail. Johnson-Mersha goes before a judge late next month.
I mean, Jennifer, that's really scary. I mean, what can families do when they're hiring someone like a personal care assistant?
Yeah, it's a good question. Backstrom suggests doing a background check before hiring someone to care for a family member. Charges in Minnesota are listed on a public website. You'll find the court record site at WCCO.com/links.
All right. Thanks so much, Jen.